Okay, sorry guys, I already talked for 5 minutes. So good evening and welcome to this week's training call. To everyone plugging in, I'm super excited to have you guys listen, and I'll get back into what I was just talking about. So we're talking about growing everything online and how, it's such an important time to really master how to do this online, because it's where the business is going 100%. And, there's some stuff to be really excited about doing it online. I love online parties. I always have. You don't have to lug luggage around with you. You don't need to bring your kit and all your stuff and get all extra dressed up and leave your house. It's so simple. Just have to do your head and put a nice shirt on and you're pretty good to go. It's a great thing too for your guests and your people that you're reaching out to, because they don't need to get their homes ready and all of that sort of stuff as well. So people are a lot more likely to want to do it for you. So it is, but they can be done really well and they can be done poorly. So, working out how to do them really well is going to serve you. You don't want to go to all the effort to get them and then not do them well. And they're not hard. They're so simple. It's just about getting in the know with it, understanding it, and being professional about it. So in saying all of that, like I was just saying, how much everyone's scrolling on Facebook, the busiest people in the world right now are scrolling miles of content a day. So bring the party to their phone, put it in their hands, make it simple for them to see it, out of sight, out of mind. Keep us in people's mind. If you've reached out to someone and they haven't replied or they weren't interested, stay in their mind though, because I can guarantee you that you've spiked a part of them. You've planted a seed there and they're going to keep watching you. So, make sure that you're doing the do and you're leading from the front and showing that you're professional, consistent, and that it's not just a hobby to you, but a business. That's the main thing people want to see. When you're setting up an event, guys, I got a couple of tips I wanted to share with you. And then a couple of documents I wanted to recommend that you guys go away and have a look at yourself, because you'll get a lot out of them. So a couple of side notes, write these down. Whenever you're setting up an event, always use a group, not an event. An event will expire, a group doesn't. So you can always go back and have access to that group. A year later, you can go back and pop in there. How's everybody going? How's your products going? Or if you wanted to post from in there that you posted previously, or you couldn't remember someone's name or whatever, that's saved forever. You can just type in that event name and it'll all come up for you. I set up all my beginning ones as events, and I'm kicking myself because all that information is gone. I can't get any of it. It all expired. Pick a theme and a product collection, and I recommend run it over 3 days. I just got an amazing document from Emily Gillies, and I'm going to share that into our group page after the call tonight. So good. Emily's actually structured how she structures her events and put it all into a document so you can see day 1, day 2, day 3. Amazing. She's put pictures in there. She's put games. She's put, how to make it fun. I was laughing reading it at some of her posts that she recommends to use. And, she had me feeling great and wanting to engage. So she told me it's taken her hours and hours of work to put that document together. So have a look over that. I'll post that, and I'll post that also with the Facebook party document that Cass posted the other day. Did you guys see that document that Cass posted? One of the NVPs in the States did. So amazing. I went over that with a fine-tooth comb. So if you go over, because I do think it's important to personalize these events to you. You don't want the whole event to be copy-pasted. You've got to put your touch on it, just like you do when you're doing a product presentation in person. I think doing a little live is really important. I always open mine up and just say, hey, everybody, I'm so grateful that you are all in here and that you are going to have a look and you're supporting our business and what Arbonne stands for. My name is Denny. I've had my business for 7 years, and, I'm going to share with you guys over the next couple of days some of my favorite product lines, how the business works, and it may or may not be for you, but if you see anything that you love, let me know. And, just a really cruisy video so they can see your face. I always say a little bit about me, that I'm a mum, I've got 3 kids, grew up in the country, and blah, 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 blah. So that part's really important as well. So creating an event is so simple, and reaching out to your friends. Like I might reach out to Emma, for example, and just say, at the moment I would say, hey Emma, how are you? I hope so much that your family and friends and everybody is safe. As you know what I do for a living, and that I usually present, fun nights or whatever. Actually, I wrote down the wording for this. I should just read off that. Let me go again. I got, hey, how are you guys? I hope you and your family are well and safe. I wanted to reach out to you because the presenting side of my business has obviously come to a halt. I'm looking for family and friends to host an online event. They're a lot of fun and they're so simple. They run for 3 days. You get some amazing rewards. There's no pressure or anything like that. I would just love to be able to keep my business moving, and I know a lot of people are looking for health and wellness things at the moment as well, and we have some amazing discounts and things I would love to share. Are you interested in hosting one for me? Something simple like that, and just flicking it to your family and friends. You're not asking much, really, it's not much at all. And then you just go set up with, as soon as they say yes, ask them if the next, does Thursday, Friday, Saturday work, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, book it in, make them an admin, and open it up and start with your video. Welcome everyone in. In Emily's document, she's got there that she always asks the host, the person who's hosting it, she always asks her to send her a wish list of $1,000 worth of products that she loves the most. She said this is like a mental thing that makes them really want them products even more when they've wrote them all down and started to actually think about having them, and it gives you an idea of what your host really loves as well. So that's a great tip to put that in there. So make sure all your content is planned before you get the event up. So I would recommend to create a group, your own group, and put in there my online events, and put together from the documents I'm about to share with you. Q Hall's just shared, I couldn't find the Clean Swap event from last year. Q Hall's just found it, so I'll pop that up as well. So you can go in there and you'll see that Clean Swap event has so many amazing product info posts. So go through, find the ones that you love, then you're like, that's an excellent one. Set that into day one, and you can write day one, day two, have your own group that then when you go to set up someone else's group, you can just copy and paste them over, add a couple of lives in there, and you're ready to go. And then you don't have to think about it, guys. It just happens. You can have 4 groups going, and when you get up in the morning, you just go boom, 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 boom with your posts, and you're doing 4 parties a week. You know what I'm like, the potential of how big this can be, and it allows you to access so many people you wouldn't be able to normally, reach out to. At the end of the event, I always recommend sending everyone a friend request and private messaging them and just say, thank you so much for coming into the event. I hope you really enjoyed it. Thank them for any orders that they might have placed, or if they commented that they were interested in knowing more about the business, like make it really personal, follow up with them. They said something really funny, whatever that might be. And then I always ask them if I can add them into our VIP healthy living group, where every second day or third day we post the specials that are going and a bit of product info, and not a group that's going to take up your news feed, but just to keep you in the loop and keep you informed. I'd love to have you a part of that group. They often say yes, move them over into that group. That group, you've got all your VPs and stuff posting in there every day, so it's like the news feeds every now and then is going to be dripped with Arbonne. Okay, so what else have I got written down here? Encourage entertainment and engagement, is a huge one, and Emily covers that so well in that document with her post ideas to encourage people to comment and be interactive with the group. The way the algorithms work on Facebook is the more interactions that you have in the group, it goes to the top of all the members' newsfeed as soon as they get on their phone. If no one's interacting, they're probably not going to see it for much longer. So keep everyone interacting in the group and commenting on things. Do raffles and stuff like that, like what Emily recommends in there. So easy to do and to keep that engagement happening. So check out that Facebook party document. I love in there how they tell you what to do before the party, a bit of a sample schedule they have in there as well to give you an idea. So you can just have a look at that schedule. There's a template in there which has got day 1, day 2, day 3, product info, live about this, and then this or whatever. And you can have a look at them, and then have a look at the Clean Swap group, and have a look at the document from Emily, and copy in the posts into your own group and set up your own group with what you'd love. Feel free to add me into that group that you're creating. If you just want that next third-party validation or whatever, I'm happy to have a quick look over there and say amazing or whatever. If you want to be added into mine and have a look, no worries. But I do think it's important to create your own. I think you'll know your content better, you'll know your stuff better, and it'll stay in your mind better. So I wanted to also chat with you guys quickly about social media, because I think now is the time. We're probably going to be at home very soon. I don't know, there's so much talk and rumors and really hard to know what to believe. But I do think that now is a great time to really boost your social media and to start collecting some followers and start to create that online business. And people who are following you are going to do what you're doing. So if you're reaching out to people and asking them to host an online event, asking them to hop on Monday night's DA, or, you're sharing in your story, every time you make a tizzy or a shake or whatever, well, not every single time, but share it in there, and do a quick snap on why you love the tizzy, and, just like you're doing it anyway. So just pop it onto your story as well. People love that. I get heaps of comments from that. I've had a random lady message me on Instagram and just say, hey, I see you make shakes all the time on your story. Can you share a little bit of info with me about those shakes? What are they? Like, what's the go? So, I'm still messaging back and forth with her, but hopefully she'll become a 30-day client soon. I'm still working on it. But people do watch, you never know when the seed's going to sprout. So, everyone on here knows the 3 likes and a comment. I really recommend making some time to do that. I've grown my followers from 600 to 678 in the last 2 months. And that's all I've done. I just post on my story. You guys have all seen my story. I just post healthy living stuff to create that. My story is nothing extra fancy. It's definitely not like some of the NVPs who's just like ... on across the top. Their stories just go forever. But that's my goal, I do want to create that. But, 78's a big deal for me. I'm pretty stoked with that, to grow up from home with the kids. So it definitely works. And in the morning, that's all I do. I have a list next to me and I've got 1 to 30 on it. And I just do 3 likes, comment, cross 1 off. 3 likes, comment, cross 1 off. And I just work my way down the list down to 30 and mark it off. And I might get distracted by the kids at 10. So I'll go back later and do a bit more commenting on stuff, creating that interaction. If someone's profile I really like, I'll message them and just say, your profile is amazing. I love your Instagram vibe. Do you mind me asking what you do? And they write back, yeah, I do this, and just building rapport. And what do you do? And I just mention what I do and go back over to them again. So tell me about your kids. What do they do? So cool that you live in Poland or whatever. And just creating that interaction. Them people are the ones who come back and like me, and then start to comment on my stuff. And then I see them start to like watch my stories and stuff like that. So, people buy from people they know, like, and trust. So it's letting people see that you're not just a hungry shark trying to build a business, but you believe in what you do. It can help people. You believe in health and wellness. And when people see that about you, that's when they're going to say, I'd like to learn from you. I'd like to do what you do. Make sure your social media is not a catalogue though, guys. You don't want it to just look like an Arbonne catalogue of just products and the boring stuff. It's what an Arbonne lifestyle looks like. So any questions about social media? I feel like I just talked so fast. It's because I know me and Amy have a business appointment after the call, so I want to get through everything before then.
The Amy's. It's Amy, and Adam.
Yeah.
And Amy and I were saying, it's like the 18 when he joins, not when he starts his business.
Oh, I love that. That's so cool. It is as well. Amy, and Adam. Cool. Oh gosh, but does anyone have any questions about social media? I've got 5 more things I'd like to share with you guys, not about social media, but for online events. Does that feel like it made sense to you guys, and put a bit of an outline around what that looks like? And awesome. So I just wanted to share with you, while I was searching today, trying to find the Clean Swap group, I found a post I did not long ago from Sarah Dunning, and it's her top 5 tips in becoming a vice president. And I read the post and was like, I forgot how powerful that is. So I wanted to share them top 5 tips with you guys tonight as well, to encourage and motivate and inspire. So tip number 1 is to be an action taker. I love that. And I think often if we're not taking action, if we're hesitant and fear is kind of keeping us paralyzed, or we're being distracted, or, whatever it might be, it's not a case of just being lazy. There's something lacking. The fire's not lit. So it's up to you to light your own fire. And there's everything around you every day to light your own fire. And my fire's not lit every day. I don't get up every day with a burning fire. Some days I do. Some days I need to find something to light it because I'm feeling flat. unmotivated, you know, your belief goes down, everything goes down. That happens. You've had a crap night with the kids, or someone said something hurtful, or whatever it might be that, you know, puts your fire out. There are books all around you. I can recommend a book off my head, no matter how you're feeling, where someone talks about going through exactly what you're going through and how they come out the other end and created the dream that you want to create. And I think it's really important to remember that it's up to you to keep your fire going, no one else. And everyone has stuff going on all the time, and an excuse for why their fire's out and an excuse for why it's staying out. So, you know, the difference between the good and the great is if they take on, which is Sarah Dunning's third tip, which is to be a creator of great habits and discipline. And that's because it keeps your fire going. And when your fire's going, it's fun. You know, you don't want to watch a movie. You want to get on the call. You know, you don't want to watch a movie. You want to follow up with that person, or you want to go for a run, or like, you know what I mean? When you're in that mode, if you're not fully in that mode, you need to create that mode. That needs to be your priority so that this becomes fun. Because when it's fun, you become like contagious to others, your vibe. They want to be a part of that fun as well and that energy. Number 2 is to be uncomfortable. You've got to be uncomfortable at some point every day. That's what makes you grow into an amazing leader. If you get to go to bed at the end of the night and not one thing that day made your heart race a tiny bit, even just when someone says to me, what do you do for a living? Still, 7 years later, my heart goes, oh, like, handle it well. Like, you know, it just happens. It makes me uncomfortable, but I know it's necessary. And I always handle it well now, but I didn't straight out of the gate. Sometimes you say things and go, oh, probably could have handled that a bit better. But that's how you grow your confidence, and that's how you learn to handle it better. No one starts straight out of the gate handling it very well. Well, very, very, very few do. Number 4 is have world-class standards. You know, have any of you guys read the 20 times rule? That's a great book. And what's his name? Oh, now it's escaped me. John C. Maxwell talks in his book as well. He calls it the 10 times rule. So whatever you think that you need to do to prepare yourself, if you've got an event coming up or whatever it might be, you're going to set up an online party, whatever you think you need to do, times it by 10, or even times it by 2 to start with. And then you're going to have those world-class standards on it. You know, if you think I'll just run over this presentation once tonight and then I'll be right to smash it tomorrow. Would a millionaire only run over it once? Or would they, you know, what would they do if they were a CEO of a multi-million-dollar company? Would they be happy just running over it once? No worries, Ames. Or would they like keep going over it? You know, I just think that's such a powerful thing to think about. Are your standards there? Because if you're running your business with a habit mindset and, you know, that this will just be here, you're only going to attract people into your business that work at the same level, and your business will never grow. If your like end goal in this business is to be an area manager, then you're never going to help anybody become an area manager. You know what I mean? Like you've got to really think about that. Number 5 is shift your energy. Energy is a huge one. And it comes back to what I was saying before, keeping your fire lit. I think that's the main thing and the most important part of the business, especially this business, because people join people whose fires are lit. And, you know, do you remember at my training, I spoke about, where was that training? And I spoke about how everyone has a sign on, and their signs, you know, your face is a sign, your energy, you know, your mechanisms, your body language all tell someone how you're feeling, and they can feel that off you before you even speak. So does your sign say, you know, I'm going for it, I believe in myself, I have energy and I'm healthy? You know how you can just pick that up on someone when they walk past? Or does your sign say, slept in, kids are assholes, I'm over everything? My sign said that a few days too. But it's up to you what your sign says. And guys, it takes half an hour to get your sign in check. It really does. So don't think that your sign is like something that you can't control, because you truly can. And I did for so long. I really felt like it was something out of my control. And, you know, me saying I had a crap day, I couldn't help that. I did have a crap day. And I think it was when I went and saw Tony Robbins in Sydney, and he really taught us about the power of changing your state and understanding that that's your choice to say that and to live there, and what you focus on. And something as simple as doing some jumping jacks and writing down 3 things you're grateful for can completely change your state before you exit the house. So, and keep your fire going. They're the things that, and before you know it, it's like starting an actual fire. Sometimes you have to poke it and blow on it, keep it going, come back, put some more on it, keep it going. And if you get it big enough and get enough on there, and then your next thing you know, your town's on fire. Like that's what can, and you don't need to worry about stoking it anymore because you're just crazy on fire. So and I think that's like your Debbie Neals. Like there's no way that girl's fire goes out. She's just, I don't know how she sleeps. It's mental. But that's just the compound effect of 12 years of keeping your fire lit, of what that creates. So I really wanted to just mention on the call tonight as well, guys, to make sure you're really utilising Monday nights. Our response from Monday night was amazing. We've had a few people join the business, a few people looking into the business, follow-ups with people who are going to jump on next week. So Sheree and I are going to do that every Monday night now. I'm really excited to do that with her every Monday night. It's nice to co-present. What did you guys think of that? Did you enjoy that call on Monday night and are keen to do that every Monday? Yeah. Thumbs up. Yeah, cool. All right. No worries. Well, that's it from me tonight, guys. Oh, and watch that show if you guys have Netflix, watch Self-Made. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. It's the true story. Has anyone watched it? Put your hand up if you've already watched it. It's so good. Jared and I put it on the other night, and I was addicted. We ended up staying up till like 11, which is huge for us. And then the next day I rushed around the house to get my power hour done and the kids sorted and everything done because I just wanted to watch the next 2 episodes. But it's a true story of America's first millionaire woman. And you don't work it out in the beginning, but in the very last episode, you work out that she ends up creating a network marketing business. And it's so cool, which is ironic because like 80% of women millionaires come from network marketing. And it all started with her, and it's her story. And, you know, she wasn't attractive and all of that. So she battled so many things. I cried in every episode at some point. It made me cry to see what she went through and how relentless she was and how outside of her comfort zone she was. And there was one part there where they said to her husband, "We're going to let your wife speak. She can speak in a 5-minute interval here. Make sure she's ready. Do you want to go and tell her so she's ready?" And he turned to them and he's like, she is always ready. Always. You could call her up like that and she'll go. And I was like, oh, wow. Anyway, I just loved it. I loved the whole thing. So check it out. That's the stuff that'll keep you on fire. Like watching an episode of that before going to bed instead of scrolling. I had my phone in my bedroom on the charger, which helped me because even now I've got to this point that as soon as the show gets boring, I whip out my phone. Like, any wonder I can't follow a storyline and stuff. Like Jared said to me, is it just me or lately the movie's been crap and stuff coming out hasn't been good? And I'm like, I don't know if it's them or that we've got our phone and we don't give them our full attention to get into it. But anyway, that's off topic. That's it from me tonight, guys. Did anyone want to add anything in there?
Thanks, Danny.
No worries. Thanks.
I want to say that a good thing is turn off your notifications, and then that's the distraction. It's the notifications. If you just go to Facebook when you want to go, or Instagram or whatever, then that's your time. Like I found that notifications, turn those off.
Yeah, that's a great tip.
I know. Even though you don't want to miss anything, but you're not ever going to miss anything, really. No. Because that's your distraction. You're making, do you know what I mean? Like you're making time for what you want to be looking at. Yeah. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that's a great tip. And I'm someone,
because you're always distracted by the notifications.
And you're probably a bit like me too, that you like to stay on top of everything all the time. So when I have a notification, I want to see what it is so it's gone, because I don't like the things on my phone. Ridiculous.
But it's also nice just to go, okay, like even to your friends and family, I'm going to check it once. Like as you said, you know how you said you check it for an hour a day? And I was like, that's really cool. Like it's hard in this environment at the moment. Like we want to be on top of everything, but I think we'll get there.
Yeah, it's an exceptional time for distraction. Like it's distraction on steroids right now. There's so much to be distracted by, but it still stands though that we've got to be we don't need to scroll on our phone for 20 hours to hear the latest 2 things today. You know, that comes from it. You can do it in that one notification check. and you'll be on top. And there's posts that summarize it all. I love those ones. ABC News is a good one. They do a post that just summarizes his whole 30-minute speech done. I'm like, oh, cool. Yep, awesome. That's what I needed to know. Oh, cool. No worries, guys. Well, let me take a quick photo. Throwing stuff around. See, even now, 7 notifications just in that little time. What, my phone was down? It's just like, man. Okay, cheers. Oh, these are a good-looking bunch. Oh, good stuff. All right, guys, we'll have the best Wednesday night. I'll be in touch with you, Emma. I'll talk to you soon about the weekend and what we.
I wrote 2 pages of notes. Thank you.
Awesome. No worries.
See you to help. We'll be in touch, babe. See ya.
Oh, and just one more thing, guys. Just remember that this month also is that 50% off. So you can get $400 worth of product for $200. That's a pretty big deal as well. So something that we can really push in those groups. So if you just aim to get a couple of those events up this week before end of month, you'll probably push a lot of product through that, and you'll find your groove with it. Perfect time to find your rhythm. And, people are coming into that, already are feeling the financial tightness. So I noticed with my Arbonne order, $400 worth for $200 was probably cheaper than what you can get downtown. I got so much stuff for $200. My bathroom's stocked. People are looking for that now, and it's all healthy stuff coming from a good place. So, utilize that too. I just wanted to mention that tonight. Sorry, guys. That's everything. Okay. Bye.